Lake Mead, one of the largest man-made reservoirs in the US and the lifeline for millions of people, is unveiling some mysteries. Scientists have recently discovered a shocking fact about this lake, and it's an alarm to us. What is it and why should you be worried? So, hello and welcome back to the Abandoned Archaeologist again, the channel to learn all about ancient archaeological findings. Today we'll discuss the recent happening with Lake Mead and its shocking discoveries. But before we begin, to get your attention, we have a question you can answer at the end of the video by watching it. How big is Lake Mead? So write down your answer in the comment section and see if you got it right. Here we begin. Lake Mead, one of the largest man-made reservoirs in the United States, located on the Colorado River in Nevada and Arizona, has recently shocked scientists with its rapid decline in water levels. The drought in the southwestern United States and increasing demand for water have led to a significant drop in water levels at the reservoir. What are the causes of the decline in water levels? Several factors contribute to Lake Mead's decline in water levels. The most significant factor is the prolonged drought in the southwestern United States. The region has been in a drought for more than 2 decades, leading to a decrease in water flow into the reservoir. Another significant factor is the increasing demand for water in the region. The population of the southwestern United States has been growing rapidly in recent years, increasing the demand for water for drinking, irrigation, and industrial uses. This increased demand, combined with a drought, has put a strain on the water supply at Lake Mead. Climate change is also believed to contribute to Lake Mead's decline in water levels. The southwest United States is experiencing warmer temperatures, which lead to an increase in evaporation and a decrease in the amount of snowfall in the region. This decrease in snowfall means less water is available to flow into the reservoir. A discovery at Lake Mead says that the receding waters of Lake Mead, America's largest reservoir, have in recent months uncovered long-buried secrets, such as at least 3 sets of human remains, including a body inside a barrel that could be linked to a mob killing, and a sunken boat dating back to the Second World War. Officials expect to uncover more grim finds as the water levels continue to drop and have already received calls from visitors about possible remains that turn out to be animal bones or prop skeletons left by local scuba divers years earlier. The drought exposes the fragility of the systems that keep societies functioning and the dark secrets that have been hidden beneath the water surface for decades. Earlier, boaters spotted a barrel floating in the lake, which upon investigation was found to contain the remains of a man who officials say was shot between the mid-1970s and the early 1980s. The killing has been described as having the signature of a mob hit. It coincides with the most violent period in Las Vegas past, an era of unprecedented street crime and underworld killings, according to the local mob museum. A week after this discovery, 2 sisters paddle-boarding on the lake came across what they thought were the bones of a bighorn sheep, which turned out to be another set of human remains. Lieutenant Ray Spencer with Las Vegas Police said, "I would say there's a very good chance as the water level drops that we're going to find additional human remains." Earlier this week, park rangers were alerted to additional human remains partially encased in the mud along a beach. Experts say that as the bathtub ring around the lake grows, more discoveries are waiting to be made. It has also exposed a sunken Second World War-era boat, a Higgins landing craft, which was used to survey the Colorado River and then sold to the marina before sinking. The models of this boat were deployed during their Normandy invasion. Another discovery is a crashed B-29 plane, which has been in the water since 1948. It's still far below the surface, but as the water levels fall, light is reaching the plane for the first time in decades. Lake Mead is a man-made body of water created with the construction of the Hoover Dam, which submerged St. Thomas, a Mormon settlement founded in 1865. According to the Deseret News, one of the town's final residents left in 1938 when waters reached its front door. Declining lake levels have exposed St. Thomas several times over the years and have kept the settlement visible for the last 10 years. The lake has also covered archaeological digs, as Michael Green, an associate professor of history at the University of Nevada, Las Vegas, points out, meaning there could be historical items in the water. There might actually be some archaeological relics, Green said, adding that a nearby museum has artifacts from the Puebloan people who lived in the area about 1,000 years earlier. Archaeologists were working there until the lake was rising around them. However, scientists have now made another discovery on Lake Mead's dry bed. Rocks laced with volcanic ash that rained down in southern Nevada during explosive eruptions around 12 million years ago. Eugene Smith, an emeritus professor of geology at UNLV and co-author of the study, said, "We knew that these ash units existed, but we were surprised to find so many as the Lake Mead water level lowered." Scientists are taking advantage of the low levels to study sediment that hasn't been exposed in nearly a century. The research team found white to gray colored volcanic ash weaving through the formerly submerged rocks. They took samples back to their lab to pinpoint the source of the ash. They found evidence of several volcanic blasts from millions of years ago from places like the Snake River Plain Yellowstone area in eastern California. They also found ash from eruptions only 32,000 years ago. Jake Lowenstern, a research geologist with the U.S. Geological Survey who's not involved with the study, said that studying past volcanic eruptions can help paint a picture of future risk. The latest discovery in Lake Mead may be one of the better collections of volcanic ash from that period, Lowenstern said, and it'll be important in allowing us to reconstruct the geologic history of the region and to understand the frequency of large volcanic eruptions and their impact on the Southwest. Ash from even moderately explosive volcanic eruptions can travel hundreds of miles, blanketing areas as far away as several meters with heavy material. Recent eruptions have shown a couple of millimeters of damp ash can disrupt electricity transmission, and when inhaled, the tiny but sharp grains in the ash pose a significant health risk. Hence, this discovery has raised concerns among scientists about the potential risks of future volcanic events, particularly those that originate from faraway volcanoes. Eugene Smith said, "These ashfalls events can disrupt transportation and supply networks, close airports, and potentially be a health hazard." He also pointed out that local governments need to develop plans to deal with this sort of event, similar to their plans for earthquakes and flooding. Smith also emphasized the importance of studying the past to understand the future. He said, "Studying the past is the key to understanding the future. Understanding past volcanic events can better understand how a future event may affect a large metropolitan area. We can also develop plans to deal with a volcanic eruption when one occurs in the future." This latest analysis of the volcanic ash deposits in Lake Mead can help society prepare for future volcanic events, as well as for present and future climate change. Impact of the decline in water levels. The decline in water levels at Lake Mead has had a significant impact on the region. One of the most significant impacts is on the hydroelectric power generation at the Hoover Dam. The dam generates power by releasing water from the reservoir, and as the water levels have dropped, the dam's ability to generate power has been reduced. This has led to higher electricity costs for consumers in the region. The decline in water levels at Lake Mead has also had an impact on the local economy. The reservoir is a major tourist destination, and the decline in water levels has led to the closure of marinas and other recreational facilities. This has resulted in the loss of revenue for local businesses and a decline in the number of jobs in the region. Another impact of the decline in water levels at Lake Mead is on the environment. The reservoir is home to a wide variety of plant and animal life, and the decline in water levels has led to a decline in the population of these species. This decline in biodiversity has serious implications for the ecosystem of the region. What do you think of these discoveries at Lake Mead and how they impact the world? The answer to our question is, the lake surface area is 157,418 acres, holding 9.3 trillion gallons of water with 759 miles of shoreline. Subscribe for more.